the longest living humans had high
Yeah.
cholesterol levels.
That's right. That's what the Sweden study found, for example. The paper just published a year or so ago. What were some of the most consistent themes? They had good glucose control and high cholesterol.
So, does more cholesterol actually mean better health outcomes for elderly people? While it is true that technically studies have found an association between higher cholesterols in the elderly and better health outcomes, it doesn't mean that this is actually true. This is just bad correlation, not actually causation. This is actually just because the low cholesterol levels in the elderly is usually a sign of underlying illness, usually things such as cancer or autoimmune diseases. Another thing to consider is that elderly people with a higher cholesterol number usually has more fat deposits on their body. While this is not healthy for the general population, it does serve some benefits in the extreme elder population, because one of the most deleterious effects to your health in old age is actually a lot of wasting diseases. So things like cancer or other diseases or injuries where you have to lie in bed for a long time usually leads to a lot of wasting. But if you're someone who's 10 pounds overweight, then that body weight can be used as a survival energy store. Whereas if you're someone with low cholesterol, it usually also means that you're more on the frail side. It's just going to make it so much worse if you eventually get into the hospital with things such as cancer. It's not actually the high cholesterol that has a good effect on health. It's just that the high cholesterol usually signals that they have more fat mass, which then can lead to better health outcomes if you have an underlying disease such as cancer or if you've broken a hip, for example. A low cholesterol number in old age is also usually a signal that you have an autoimmune disease or other infections, which can usually dramatically lower your LDL cholesterol. Having a low cholesterol in these studies usually just some bad correlation studies where everything has not been accounted for.